All right, Birdie. So we are live, and we have a little bit different of a setting tonight.
Yes, live from a newly installed,
shiny.
Shiny.
I like it, right?
Closet.
No glare off the top of the head. We're not sitting behind desks this time, so that's a win as far as I'm concerned. And let's first cheers. And this is a blackberry bramble
margarita.
Now, where's the bramble come from?
I don't know. We should Google before. Actually, a friend who watches found that recipe, printed it out, and gave it to me.
Oh yeah?
Said we should try it. So
well, whoever that is,
thanks,
Dina, it is delicious.
It is delicious.
It's got, I don't know, a little tart to it or something?
It is a little tart.
I like it.
You'll put the recipe on, but we
will.
did a little shortcut. Like, we bought the fresh lemons and limes and then got home and had a little bit of an emergency thing. So we used lime juice and lemon juice from the fridge. That's pretty good.
Well, emergencies do happen, and this is still a win as far as I'm concerned. And I think you'd agree with that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Awesome. All right, everybody. So again, we are in a little bit different of a setting tonight for closets and cocktails, and it is titled Closets and Cocktails. So we should come from a closet at some point in time. But one of the things that we thought we would do is, when you look around at what we're going to show you here today, I mean, it is to the nth degree. I mean, it is a fantastic closet from top to bottom. Designed, installed, a lot of man hours in here, and but the basics apply to almost anything else.
They do.
Right?
They do. This lady showed me pictures of things that she had seen different. They were building. They knew it for a long time. She would take a picture of something she saw and say, "Can you do that?" And the answer is always yes.
Always yes.
Always yes.
So when we go around here, I mean, you guys are going to love every nook and cranny of this place. But it's all, I mean, when we talk about hanging rods, or we talk about drawers or doors or anything like that, it doesn't have to be with mirrors on it or, huge handles. It's very functional. It's very fitting to what you need from your closet system.
Right. We design for you. It can be as simple or as elaborate.
Yeah.
And I think you got it before it's over. You got to shoot the chandelier, and that will show you how shiny and elaborate this one is.
I agree.
It's gorgeous.
I agree. Maybe that's the end shot tonight. We just pan up to the nice chandelier.
They said the builder, when they took them through this week, said she was dancing in here. She was so happy.
Have you danced in here?
Not
in this
yet.
one? I think I might have stomped a couple times in here, but no, I'm not sure I was dancing just yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start at the very beginning with this, and that's with design. So someone comes to you and they say, "I've seen A, B, and C," right? Mm-hmm. How do you, first of all, how do you listen to make sure that you're actually doing what they want? And then what is your design process?
For this one, it was really good because I had the floor plan ahead of time. So I printed the floor plan. We couldn't walk through the space because it wasn't built yet, but I had the floor plan. And then it is just really listening, and then let them talk and take notes. No one else could decipher my notes because I'm writing really fast, but I know what they've said, what they want. And then looking at what they've given me and knowing what they're missing.
Yeah.
So...
Hold on, let me pause. When you say missing, do you just say, or do you mean like what they're saying doesn't piece together, or they say, this is what my life needs are, but they haven't said what they need as part of that?
Well, just making sure that it's going to fit everything. Saying, are you going to keep shoes in the closet? Because sometimes they don't. So yes, okay. Do we have enough shoe space? Give me an average total. Do you want to have it be his and hers?
Right.
They've talked about everything that needed to go in, but they haven't said how they visualize it, whether they want a division. Some people are really, very territorial.
Yeah.
They want her side and his side.
Absolutely.
And I knew when she was showing me pictures and telling me how many drawers and what they wanted, I wanted to make sure they had enough hang.
Okay.
Because I really thought that that might be on the short side.
Okay.
So
That makes sense.
I put that thought in there, and so they could measure, but then I do a first design and we work with it and just tweak it. And I think we were set. It didn't take many tweaks. They liked it. It was good because we really went over in detail, like the size of the drawers ahead of time. So I knew exactly how I was building the drawers. But then we had it ordered and we had it in the warehouse, and she called and said, Birdie, I'm buying more purses than I've ever had before. Please turn one section from hang to shelves. Can you do that? And absolutely.
Yeah. And that's actually one of the, I think the fun parts about the process is that it is very fluid and it's very flexible, right? If something doesn't make sense or you look at it and it's not what you pictured, to make those changes, it doesn't take days.
Click of a mouse.
Yeah. So I think that's something that I've really appreciated about this.
Yeah. Most of the time we can do changes just as we're talking. I mean, then, if they want a tower of drawers moved, sometimes I'll say, let me work on that and get it back to you. But for the most part, if they're changing shelves to hang you can
do it pretty quickly. Okay, so let's bring this level down, right, to something a little bit more basic. If you're doing a smaller closet, or let's just say you're doing half of this, do you still think that people know what they want from it? Or they just watch HGTV so much that they want A, B, and C, but it just doesn't necessarily piece together the way that they're thinking?
We get some of everything. Some people know exactly what they want and they know exactly what they have, which is very helpful. Some people, their closet hasn't suited them for so long, and they have watched HGTV that they want everything. And they don't have the space to put that in, so that we can work with them and make it as good as it can be for the space they have, really functional, but also, setting those realistic expectations.
Okay, when you said functional, and I'm gonna veer off to your organizing experience, right? That's a huge competitive advantage for Birdie Brand Custom Closets, because you understand how stuff fits into spaces and how much stuff can actually grow into a space.
It's huge because we really build it, design it for their belongings, and we know it's going to work. Yeah. Because we've had the organizing part, we've had the design part, and we've lived with the closets, in ours too. I've been in a lot of closets that they look really pretty, but they don't work.
Function well. Yeah.
Corners that don't work.
Absolutely. So let's do something. Let's pivot the cameras a little bit, because I want to talk about hanging and some of the shelf space and bench tops that we have here. And I think that'll give some good examples of what you're talking about, especially when it comes to being functional space. All right, so let's pivot this way. And we can kind of point out a couple of the key pieces and parts that went into this system. So you talk about hanging, right? And so you see here, there's 3 different sections of longer hang, and then we have some double hang here in the center as well. Now, this is a lot as far as I'm concerned.
It is, but it is for both of their clothes.
Okay. Oh, okay. And so when you look at this, how do you determine, this much long hang? I would assume that this is either dresses or something like that.
Yes. She wears a lot of dresses, and she could give me a measurement as to how many. Sometimes they give it in feet. Sometimes they say I have, 17 or 37 dresses. And they can say long hang. They can have medium hang. This is long hang. And we wanted the hang to be equal at the top. Yeah. And she wanted a lot of drawers, so we put drawers at the bottom, which I think it's a little bit of kind of a fashion thing right now, a fad, to put drawers at
Drawers
the
at the
bottom,
bottom?
but I think they're beautiful.
Well, I think there's a couple of things with this too. Is, I mean, first of all, a nice bench top, right?
Bench top, yes.
So, you know, I would use that to sit on.
You're not going to, because there's going to be clothes hanging here.
Well, that's true, but I wouldn't have the long hang that she would have. So you can use this to sit on, so it serves a dual purpose there. But then also with the soft close drawers,
Yes,
I mean, you can put anything in there.
absolutely.
And here's something else that I've learned as well, is that you cycle through the seasons. So Junior and I installed a closet, I don't know, maybe 3 months ago at this point in time, and she had long, took up a good section of it, but she still wanted to be able to convert it so when sweater season came out, she could have sweaters there. So she had the shelf top there that we could put back in, and that she could stack sweaters on top of that. I was just at a place upstairs last week where he's lived in the space for a couple months. It's like, oh.
If you don't have the size closet that holds all of your clothes, switching out the seasons is a good solution to that.
Yeah.
I like having all my clothes out all the time, but if you don't have the luxury of that big a closet, you can do that.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
really don't need all the clothes we usually have. I say don't buy new hangers, just go
Yeah.
through your clothes.
Okay.
If you're to the point that you think, I need more hangers, you really probably don't.
Don't. Okay.
Let go of some of the clothes.
All right, I like that. Now, I think we should point out the valet rods, and we've talked about valet rods before.
Yes, it is the number one accessory for a closet. It is, I don't, the other stuff, tie holders, belt holders, scarf holders, it just depends on if you like them, how you want to put your stuff. Belts can go in a drawer, scarves can go in a drawer, but a valet rod, I think it's a necessity. One in each closet. She happens to have two.
So, yeah.
But you bring dry cleaning in, you can pull it out and put it in and then divvy it out. You bring laundry in, you can do the same. I have mine pulled out right now because we're going out of town on Saturdays. So I have mine pulled out and
Your staging stuff.
for a week I've had my stuff out there. So valet rod's really important.
Well, and something that you may not pick up on, but I have is, this is in the section of long hang, and that's in the section of short hang.
Mm-hmm.
So used for different purposes as well.
I like to put it between two sections of hang.
Between two sections of hang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it needs this one, then that one, and that one.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then you notice this goes all the way to the ceiling.
It does.
With trim. A lot of times we will take our closet to like a foot from the ceiling. You're not buying extra product that way, and you can use that top shelf for storage. But they wanted a very finished look, so we stacked our uprights, and we have a cabinet. Just gonna have to get a beautiful ladder. But we have the cabinets that go all the way to the top, so they have extra storage.
Yeah.
So if this doesn't fit all their clothes, they could do out of season and easily swap that way.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to move the camera again, and we're going to look at the other side.
Okay.
And what we'll do is we'll pan through here, and you can show.
Okay. Yeah, we have something that we've never done before over here.
Well, see, that's a great lead-in about what is coming this way.
Okay, so they do have another little section of hang. This section is the one that was hang, and she wanted to have shelves for purses.
Mm-hmm.
So we have great jewelry drawers. They hold a ton. Black velvet, and then this doubler that just sits right on the side rails. Ton of jewelry that goes in there. But then you can highlight it. Push that button even. Dims. Gets brighter. Goes off. So we talked about tie racks. We talked about belt holders. They didn't want anything hanging. They've had them before and it didn't work for them. And when they were at our place, they saw my belts rolled up. So they wanted a belt drawer and a tie drawer. And this is more traditional, and what we have in ours is that the metal tag drawers.
Right.
So we had these plexiglass dividers made specifically for these drawers, and one will be ties and one will be belts. I love them. I think they're beautiful.
Well,
And it's cool. You know, we go to closet conferences, we go to closet expos, and I met this company in California. I mean, I called, gave them the measurements. I think we had them the next week. They've been under my bed all this time. So I'm really
I want
glad
to say
get them
you
out.
wanted to keep them. That's what I hear.
No. I don't want extra stuff in my house.
Yeah.
It's the organizer brain.
That's right.
So it was nice when the drawer, this closet could finally get installed and I could put them in and make sure they fit, and they're beautiful.
Wonderful. All right, let's pan around to here because I want to show some of the add-ons as well. I think hooks get overlooked quite a bit, and it doesn't matter if it's a robe or a coat or a jacket or anything like that. I think that they could be really, really beneficial.
Yeah, when you have a flat wall that you really don't want to utilize anyway else, I put hooks. You know, you take off something that you can wear again, and you can just throw them on the hook. I think these, again, shiny and bright. They're very pretty. We put them on cleats, so they're very secure.
Right. Yeah, these aren't something that you have to worry about ripping out of the wall. They are not going anywhere.
They're in there.
Yeah.
They are in there.
Wonderful. Okay, could you grab the base and put it over there so that we can show?
This one?
Yes, the next section. And one more time. All right. Okay, so you're not looking into funhouse mirrors here. It could be funhouse. Should be a funhouse.
It's going to be a fun closet.
But then what you also see is the contrasting color patterns. And I mean, again, something that people think they have to get all one color, definitely not the case. And you mix and match between, I don't know if you can see, we have the licorice bench top here, and then it goes into the licorice section over this way.
She wanted primarily white, nice, bright, clean with all the mirrors, all the glass, but this is going to be her shoes, their shoes. So you'll see the lighted top shelf, but we did backing on this wall with shoes, bringing in dirt. She didn't want the wall to show. She wanted it all very dark. So this is our licorice.
Right.
So the countertop is how I married the two together. And I think it really works well. The colors do add cost. So I think a lot of times if you're budget minded, we can do a white or an antique and add just some contrasting color, so it doesn't bump the price up crazy, but you still get that same feel that it's beautiful.
Yeah, and we started today by saying, this was a high-end, top-shelf type of design, but also when you look at just a kid's closet, your closet, if you have a fun personality, paint it. Paint the background pink, or I think that we had one where they did a zebra pattern, like wallpaper, and it was all white. The shelving was white, but it really, jumped out at you when we got it installed.
We've done wallpaper for Paula.
Oh yeah.
She had, and then in our place, we've got wallpaper and paint. So you'll notice lights here too. So 4 sections, each one has lit. I love that you can make them light, you can make them
the side panels,
dimmer, and they wanted some hampers.
Can you see the hampers there? Here, let me bring the camera.
So we have, all different kinds of hampers. This one you can just take the handles,
Ready to go.
Ready to go. So they've got 4 sections here with the 2 hampers. So you've got, lights, darks, towels, and what I call special needs. Done, bring them in, you just hook them back up. Easy for me to say. I love that. And then you close the door,
Yeah.
and all you see is that shiny mirror.
Yeah.
A little bit of an oversized handle, which just adds to the shine of this one.
But those are also details that tie together the entire room. Now, I mean, not just the chrome of the handle, but also the fact that it's on every door up top, and it's on every drawer down below, and it's on the licorice section as well.
And again, being an independent closet company, this is a handle that's in our line, but if you want to match handles that are in your kitchen, you've
Yeah,
got
absolutely.
extra handles, we don't care what handle we put on, we want it to work for your space.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about a couple things. And let's start with the hard question. What was the most frustrating part about this? Because it's a big project, right? So what was the most frustrating part about this? Or the most difficult hurdle that you had with design or install or whatever it might be?
I don't want to say because I don't want to promote it. Do you know what I'm going to say?
I do.
She didn't want to see holes. Now, for us, the holes in the uprights,
Yeah.
so this cabinet has holes. So all the shelves are adjustable.
I think you can see. Oh, that's my face. So you can see the holes in there. That's what she's talking about.
Yeah, the shelves are adjustable. And that's what we love about our closet system.
And when you look over here, there's no holes.
No holes.
In that.
She did not want to see any holes. So
Yeah.
that's just, we had to order every upright without holes, and the installers are so good that they could drill for the holes we needed. That, worked for all the exact size of the
Yeah.
drawers, the exact size of the shelves. So that was the most time consuming.
That's probably the best way to say it, right? I mean, it is custom, and with something this size, when you have the height requirements and moving from different things, it really is, it takes time to design it properly, to make it look good, aesthetically pleasing, but also functional.
Yeah.
And then, just the planning stages of getting it up here, getting the correct holes drilled in the locations that they're supposed to go, and then just the trim work,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, beautiful trim at the ceiling and the floor. But we do that. The holes was,
Yeah, the holes was hard.
we don't do that very often because most people want the flexibility
Yeah.
of the system.
Okay, so let's pivot now. The most fun part of this class.
Seeing pictures of what she wanted and making them a reality. Yeah, I would have liked to have been here to see her face when she saw it the first time, finished and cleaned.
Yeah, when it came together.
Yes,
Yeah. Most of the time we get that.
we do.
Because we go in for an installation, we get there at 8:30 in the morning, we wrap up at 5:30, and people always love to check in throughout the day, right? Like, oh, I really like that, or oh, like, move something here or there.
Or just bring a chair and plop themselves
Yeah, that happens too.
and watch the whole process.
And so you get to see the whole transformation in a 6-hour span or an 8-hour span. And this didn't take 8 hours, but we never got to see the final
Yeah,
clip for it.
yeah.
So anyway,
And next time, if they're not moved in, we could do the other closets.
yeah, we could.
They're more regular closets. They're beautiful.
They are. Well, but it's go back to the custom part of it, right? The linen closet in here is a normal linen closet, except that it has marble on the walls, which you can't glue into and you can't screw anything into. So you got to make sure that it fits right the first time, because it's not coming out.
No,
So,
No.
okay.
Cheers to getting it right the first time.
Yeah, that's right. I think we should cheers again to that, please. Okay. All right, so I've had a fun time walking through closets. This closet, I think it shows the high level, how you can transition up and down when it comes to color or quality or how it all fits together. And again, like this should be a fun process.
It's a fun process.
Yeah, we like it. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to Birdie's suggestion. We're going to pan out to the fancy chandelier up top. And I'm sure we'll see you guys back here in 2 weeks for the next episode.
Enjoy your evening and enjoy your blackberry
Bramble
margarita.
Oh, I forgot my password. Oh, here we go.